future. A personal example for me in that role, and this connects to the previous comment about my other role with the consent decree, is that there was an opening for a deputy chief ethics officer role, which people just said you'd be perfect for it. And when I interviewed for it, I'm pretty sure that I really connected with the vice president who was doing the hiring. And honestly, one of the other things that I liked about becoming the deputy chief ethics officer was that one day I might become the chief ethics officer, which meant being a vice president and all the things that go with it. And so I thought, wow, I want the job, I'm a fit for the job, I should get the job. I didn't get the job. Even though if you ask me, I would really say that I was probably the vice president's choice. And again, I was told that how I handled the executive official role. And I have to tell you that in that role, I had lots of opportunities to decide whether or not I was going to be a man of integrity or not. And I was chosen to be a man of integrity, and that wasn't always the popular decision. So that may have cost me the deputy chief ethics officer job. But I recently found out that the deputy who was selected, who did in fact become the chief ethics officer, was recently walked out of the building by security to her car because there were so many ethics violations by Edison officers that she was deemed not to be doing her job.
Wow.
And what was instructive for me in all of that is that my vision for that role, and Corinne will recognize this, was around changing the culture and changing the attitudes about compliance issues. It wasn't about being more rule-driven, and that's the approach that Edison took, was to be more rule-driven rather than looking at culture and environment and engaging people to be accountable for their role. So what happens if I get the deputy ethics job? Because that seemed like that was a good thing, right? But it wasn't a God thing. And I'm not sure I'd be here right now if I had become the ethics officer. So